Good afternoon, I guess it is now. It's Friday after. No, it's not
Thursday.
Friday. It's Thursday because Madison has the day off. Madison is joining me here. Get your face in here. We've got a little case of the giggles here, don't we, Madison?
Just a little.
It's Maddie's day off, so she is going to join me here. And she doesn't like to do her hair or anything on her day off, so that's why she's sporting a hat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where you feel comfortable, right?
Yeah.
You ain't going to get dressed up on your day off, are you? No.
Not really.
So we just thought we'd come and encourage you. Madison had something she wanted to talk about. She was pondering deep thoughts on her trip to Ohio on the weekend, right? Where did we go on the weekend?
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio. And where did you go there? Dominion camp meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we had a fabulous time, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you got a topic that kind of you were pawing over, weren't you? But our scripture was what?
Philippians 4:13.
Philippians 4:13 is, I can do
All
things through Christ who strengthens me. So again, in my book, Beauty in the Ashes, I talk about that because lots of times we can be so discouraged what happens in this world because you know what? The Bible doesn't promise us we're not going to go through crap, and we do go through yucky garbage stuff, don't we, Madison?
Yep.
Yeah, we've got stories about that over the last 21 years, haven't we?
Yep.
Yes, but God will give us strength. When we think we can't do it, God is there to pick us up and pull us through it, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That was our scripture verse we were talking about just before we jumped on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Madison wanted to talk about labels.
Okay.
Because that was her big thing on the weekend when we were driving is she wanted to talk about labels. And she said, well, Mom, you actually got a label when you were diagnosed with cancer. That was a label. And I'm like, you're actually right, Madison. So what else is it? What else were you pondering around in that brain of yours?
Just how growing up, I always had these labels one after the other, which was like autism, ADHD, OCD. Those are all labels that I grew up with. Mm-hmm. Basically being the weird kid and like feeling like the outcast of the group looking in because, hey, I have all these labels there. I'm the weird kid. But even growing up, you have to learn to deal with those labels.
That's right.
Because if you don't, you're going to be stuck in the pit of those labels.
Yes. And I always try to say, God's going to take you from the bottom to the top, right? You're the head and not the tail, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Anyway, what else? Anything else about labels?
Just that growing up, it kind of felt
You can
like...
look at the people. They won't bite you. Stop fidgeting.
Growing up, I had all these different labels, and people basically made fun of me because of those labels.
Right.
And
What did I always encourage you?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't listen to other people, right? God's created you. Like, how many times did we say Jeremiah 29:11?
Oh.
I know the plans I have for you, Madison, and they are what?
We're
Get over here.
good.
They're good plans, right? So sometimes we just need to pull on that, right? And remind ourselves that God has good things in store for us.
And even
through him, we can do everything. Little is much when God is in it.
Even just anxiety itself is actually a label.
Yeah. And a lot of people suffer with anxiety, don't they?
Even in today's world, it's based off of fear and anxiety because you don't know what's there, you don't know what's... But when you figure out that God's label is more important than the world's label,
Woo!
don't even, like,
He's
double
the boss,
think it.
right? Don't even double think it.
Because once you figure out that God's got your back, it doesn't even matter what the world's labels are.
There ain't anybody better to have your back, is there? No.
No, and I'm actually blessed that God actually gave me a dog because...
A dog. And what's your dog's name?
Apollo.
Apollo.
He was basically the best friend in COVID. He didn't... Like, I wouldn't go anywhere outside without the dog because he was like a best friend.
Yeah.
And
it was good to have the dog, wasn't it? That's something God gave to us, wasn't it?
She wouldn't have never had Apollo.
I'm really not a big dog lover. You're really
I'm the weird kid.
That's no weird kid there. It's just that I'm not a big animal lover. But unfortunately, I was born and raised on the farm, And I was always born with my dad's mentality that, you know what, animals were to stay outside. They weren't supposed to be in the house. But here I am. I have an animal in my house now, right?
If people,
we have a service dog for Maddie to keep her company.
If people say that ADHD is the worst workers, it actually isn't. ADHD are the best workers that can actually multitask better than other people.
There you go. They're very multi-talented, aren't they?
Yeah.
And same with people with autism. God's given us all these little gifts, and the world likes to label things, don't they?
Yeah.
But God's
Look
given
at
us...
it as a skill instead of a label.
That's right. It's an asset, not a liability, right? That's right. Because
And
God has dished out all kinds of gifts and gives us all different things,
And
right?
don't let that label become who you are.
Woo! There you go. Don't let that label become who you are, right? Your mom likes to dress like this and you like to dress like this. And it doesn't matter.
Different.
We're completely different, but we love Jesus, don't we? And we want to help people and bless people, right?
Yeah.
And walk in what he's called us to do. So we just come on here to encourage you really quick. Anything else you'd like to say?
No.
No? Okay. She wants to go get her treat now. She's going to treat me for ice cream. So I'm excited because we found a place that has sugar-free black cherry ice cream down the street. And I'm excited that I'm getting treated today. Woo! Anyway, have a happy, fabulous Thursday, everyone. And remember,
Thoughtful Thursday.
Philippians 4:13, I can do
Do
all
all
things
things
through Christ who strengthens me. So let's put it into practice. Love y'all.